Hello. Good afternoon, all. May I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, in last lecture, we will see the point that is data types in the Python. Now, today we will see the difference between list, set, dictionary, and tuple. Okay. So, my screen is properly visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, we will see the difference between list, set, dictionary, and tuple. So, first you have to see here the at first difference. You have to see the representation of a list, set, dictionary, and tuple. So the concept that is a set and dictionary will be a set. The representation of set and dictionary will be a same, but but the difference is that in tuple we are using the circular bracket, and in a list we are using the square brackets. Okay, so uh, after that you have to see here the access means what, means how we have to means access the element that we are put in our, like in the list or in set or in dictionary or in the tuple, like that. So in list we are we have to means we have to read the element one by one also, and all the element at a same time. Or in set we are using the set method. Okay, we are using the set method. In dictionary we are having a key value pair. So in that we are, suppose we are putting the key value in our statement, that time it will be return the value of that key. That time that type of representation is there. And in tuple we are using the indexing function, means what, we are providing the indexing start from the zero and end with the element which is present in our tuple. Okay, then next you have to see here, can contain the duplicate elements, means what, in list we are if suppose in list we are writing like a 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, like that two times, it will be acceptable. Okay, it will be acceptable, but in set we can't duplicate the element. Okay, we can't duplicate the element. But here in dictionary we can't contain duplicate key, means what, suppose you have to see here, ram is my key and Mary is my key. Suppose I want to duplicate same key once again, so it will be a contain the duplicate value, means what, suppose I am entering at the time of displaying value of ram, that time it will be a display two values. Why? Because our key will be same, but the value of enter the element will be different. Okay, in dictionary. In tuple we can't duplicate the elements, means what, we can't allow, or tuple cannot allow to duplicate the element. Okay, next you have to see the next difference, that is a method, means like how we call that a data type. Like list, for calling list we are using like the representation is like this: list of index value is equal to 100. In set we are using the set method, set dot add. Okay, in dictionary we are mentioning the key name and it will be a return the value, or we are having the lots of functions like adding or changing the updation of element, like that. In tuple we are having a same like a like representation like the list, how to add the element in the list. Then the main difference between the this all will be the uh, access means changeable mode, like that. List is a mutable. Can anyone tell what is the meaning of mutable? Anyone?
Changeable.
Yes. So the list, set, and dictionary will be a mutable. Means what? We can't. We want to, if we want to change any element or we want to update the element, we can do it. But in tuple we can't do any changes. If I once I will assign the value to my tuple, after that I don't means I will not have any access to change that element. Okay, means like the operation like update or add operation is not performed on the tuple, but the in a list, set, and dictionary we perform the update operation, we perform the add means append operation, like that all operation we will perform. Okay, after that you have to see here symbolic representation are there. Okay, symbolic representation here. After that the slicing done by printing, like means how we can perform the slicing operation on the list, set, and dictionary. So in list, slicing can be done like this, means what we are providing the first start location and end location. By using the by using the colon symbol, we can separate the values like a starting element and end element. Okay, that not done means what, in set we can't do the slicing operation. Okay, and same also dictionary, we can't do the slicing operation. Why? Because in a dictionary we are having the key value pairs. Okay, and in tuple we are performing the slicing operation, means what, we are giving the range, or we are also same, we are giving the negative slicing also, and we are doing the positive slicing also. Okay, so next here the last difference is usage, means how we can use the this data types like a list, set, dictionary, and all tuples. Okay, so it will be the a simple difference between the list, set, dictionary, and tuple. Okay, so all of you perform this all programs that I will give you for homework.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so any doubt regarding this list, set, dictionary, and tuple? Any doubt is there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we will move to the next point. That is, next point will be the variables in Python. Okay, next point will be a variable in Python. So, can anyone tell the one simple example for variable? You all are using the without declaration of variable, you are not performing the any program, only the simple programs like displaying a single line, like that program, or any if you want to display any message in that program, you don't have to use the any variable declaration. But if we want to perform the addition of two numbers or any other operation, that time we need to declare the variable declaration means what, like we are assigning value to some of the variables. Like suppose we want to perform the operation of addition, that time we are declaring a variable like a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, and after that we are performing the operation. Okay, so same concept is there. So a python variable is a reserved memory location to store the value, means what, suppose if we are assigning a is equal to 10, that time what will happen, the memory location will be assigned to the that value, that is a is equal to 10. Okay, in other words, we call it as the variables in python program give the data to the computer for processing. Okay, so we in the ideally, just 1 minute. Okay, suppose in ideally the shell that we are using to execute our program, in that shell. Okay, here suppose I directly write a is equal to 10. Okay, then b is equal to 10 also, and I want to print, no, just c is equal to a plus b, and I want to print c. Okay, simply the output will be there like that. So the the representation means what, in other way we can if suppose I am not assigning value to a and b, this operation will be possible to this operation will perform if I am not passing the b is equal to 12 and a is equal to 10. So it is possible to perform this operation?
No.
No.
No, ma'am.
So uh, so uh, the variable declaration means what, in python we can provide the data to computer for processing, means what, for performing this addition operation we can provide the sum of the data to the computer or the system. Okay, so we are every value in Python have a data type. Means what? Without any data type, we can means if suppose we want to display a string, that time also we know that the enter the value or enter the string, enter the value or enter the means any variable name that will be a string or integer or any other data type. Means what? Different data types are, we know that that is a list, a tuple, string, dictionary, all like that. So in each and every declaration of variable, we know that suppose we want to display the string which contain your full name. So we know that now it will be a string. The data type of that, the enter the name will be a string. But computer know that, computer doesn't know that the enter the value will be a string. After performing the operation, the computer, our machine understand that it will be the string. Okay, so for that we are having some of the rules to, means how we have to use the variable declaration in Python. So first rule will be what? The name, the variable name should start with the capital A to Z and small a to Z, or we are using the underscore symbol. Okay, we are using the underscore symbol. So here we will see the example. Means what? We are using, suppose age equal to, suppose I write 12 and I want to print, I want to print age. Okay, so it will be display the it will be one of the representation of the variable. Suppose I write a age underscore is equal to 12. Okay, and I write a print age. So it will be the other way. Means the first rule will be what? We are using the values from the small a to Z, and we are using the special symbol that is a underscore. Okay, okay, this will be the examples of the first rule, that is we are using the small a to Z, or we are using this special symbol that is a underscore. If suppose I write like this, okay, here I write like this, one age is equal to 12 print. Okay, so you have to see here, it will be directly give you a reply that is a invalid syntax error, invalid syntax. Why? Because it will be a not acceptable, like the variable should start with the any number. Okay, so it will be a not acceptable. Okay, next rule will be a rule will be a no special character allow other than underscore. Means suppose here I am using this underscore. Suppose here I write like this, age star is equal to, suppose 12. Okay, like a print. Okay, it will be a, it will be a say that invalid. Why? Because we, the variable declaration in Python, in it will be allow only a underscore symbol. If we are doing using any other symbol, it will be a not acceptable. Okay, it will be the second rule. Now third rule will be a variable are case sensitive. Means what? Case sensitive means what? Suppose we are writing here, you have to see here, here I am writing a capital H, and here I am writing a small h. Means what? It both are different. Like okay, this will be a different, this will be a different. Why? Because variable are a case sensitive. Means what? The small a and the capital A, it totally difference. It will be a totally different variable declaration. We know that it will be a same, like just the difference is a small a and capital A. But for machine understanding, we consider as a this age will be a different representation of variable, and this age will be the different representation of a variable. Okay, so we call it as a, it will be the case sensitive. Okay, next rule will be a variable name can have numbers but not at the beginning. Means what? If like this, here I am writing number at first, but in variable declaration it will tell that number, the variable name can have a number but not at beginning. Suppose I write like this, age 1 is equal to 12. Print age 1. Okay, so it will be the acceptable. But if I write like this, 1 age is equal to 12, so it will be the invalid syntax. Why? Because it will be not allowed to declare the variable like this. Means what? The variable name should not start with the number at beginning. Okay, it will be the fourth rule. And fifth will be the variable name should not be a Python keyword. Means what? The keywords that which are means the Python keyword at the time of declaration of variable. Like suppose I am writing else is equal to 12, so it will be a one of the keywords, so it will be a not acceptable. Okay, so at the time declaration of variable, you must say you must check that the variable should not be a Python keyword. Okay, so this will be the 5 rules to how to means declare the variable in the program. So any doubt is there regarding the variable declaration in Python? Any doubt, then ask regarding this point, that is variable declaration in the Python. Any doubt?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, can I move to the next point?
Yes.
Okay, so next point will be the control structure. So a program control flow is the order in which the program is code executed. Means what? Suppose we are writing the program of addition. Okay, at that time we are first of all we are declaring the variable like a equal to 10, b is equal to 20. After that we are taking one more variable where we have to perform the operation, and after that we are printing the values. So we called it as a if we are executing that program like a is equal to 12, b is equal to 10. Suppose c is equal to a plus b. Okay, and print addition comma c. Okay, like this. Okay, so you have to see here the output. Means what? For execution of the addition program, first go we gone through the step by step execution. Like first we the system will be means the machine will be read the a value. After that b value, then it will be see that the which variable we want to perform the operation like a plus b, and after that it will be the displaying the output. Means what? It will be the control flow. Means what? It will be ordered. If suppose I am I will write this line here, so it the program will be executed. If I write like this, the program will be executed. This program will be executed now.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, so we call it as the way of control flow is the order in which program or code will be executed. Okay, so the control flow of Python program is regulated by the conditional statement, like we are using loops and function calls. Okay, so the Python having a three type of control structures. Okay, in Python we are using the three types of a control structure. One is a sequential, other is a selection and repetition. Okay, so we will see the one by one. Okay, so first will be the sequential. Sequential means what? Sequential statement are a set of statement who execution process happen in a sequence. Okay, the example that I told you right now, that is the sequential execution. Okay, sequential execution. Okay, so The problem with the sequential statement is that if the logic have broken in any one of the line, then the compiler, the complete source code execution will be break. Okay, means what? Suppose here my program will be with 100 lines. Okay, so suppose by mistakenly I will write this line here. Okay, and the program that is the here means the upper line of code will be executed, means like I will write here print statement and just a minute. Okay, and I will execute this program. Okay, so you have to see here, means what? Suppose here the line means what? The problem in the what problem is there? You have to see here. Here I am writing the print statement in my program, so that line will be executed. But suppose we have a mistake here, like this line will be not here. So if my program will be terminated, means what? The logic will be a wrong. At that time my program will be a stop the execution, means what? At this line my program will be a stop working. Why? Because the logic will be a wrong. So after that, if this line will be a wrong, the remaining program means this all remaining program will be a stop execution at that point. Okay, so it will be the sequential execution. So here simple example is there. So it will be the sequential execution, means what? If our logic will be wrong, that time the our whole program will be a stop the execution. A program will be a collapse. Okay, so it will be the first, that is a sequential control statement. Okay, next we will see the a selection or a decision control statement. So in Python, the selection statement are also known as a decision control statement or a branching statement. Okay, so the selection statement allow a programmer to test several conditions and execute instructions based on the which condition is true. Means what? The selection and decision control statement means what? It will be a totally based on the conditions that we are writing in our program, that will be a true or it will be a false. So we are having some of the decision statement or selection statement like if else, nested if else, ladder, like that all points are there. So we will see the one by one. Okay, first of all, simple if. Suppose you have to see here the figure. If suppose I write a greater than b. Okay, a greater than means b, means what? The value which I want to enter in my program, that will be a, means a value will be suppose 12 and b will be 10. So at that time the condition will be a true or false if my a value is a 10 and b value is a 8. So which condition will be true, like that we want to find that time we are simply using the if statement. So we will see the example here. So here I am writing the example for simple, for the even number. I want to display the even number. Okay, my screen is visible, programming screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I am just taking the one of the number, that is n equal to 6. If n mod 2 is equal to 0, means what? I want to find the number which I will be enter here, that will be even number. So 6 will be even number. After execution of this program, it will be a display that is n, the n is a even number. Okay, suppose here I will change my value, that is I will mention here a 7. Okay, so nothing will be there. Why? Because I am not writing other condition, I am only using the ifs condition. If my this condition will be a true, you have to display this line. If otherwise I am not writing anything, my program will be stopped here at the after completion of this bracket. So for that we are having the next statement will be what? If else. Okay, next will be what? If else. So here you have to say if my number is even, not even number, means my this condition will be false, you have to execute this part. So I will be execute here. You have to say n is a even number. Suppose here I am writing the 11, so it will be the odd number. Okay, so it will be an odd number. So simply we are using the control statement for the just finding the number of variation or number of iterations in our program. Means what? Suppose we want to find the number like the 1 to 100, how many even numbers are there, how many odd numbers are there, like that the large program will be there. That time we are using this all conditional statements. Okay, so this will be a simple if statement and if else statement means what, evaluating the condition and while executing the body of that test, condition is a true, means what you have to say here, my condition is there, that is test expression. If my condition will be told true, it will be execute the part which is present in my that if, or if my condition will be false, it will be execute the part of else part, that line or anything that will be present over there. So you have to see here the example, means if my condition will be true, my only this line of code will be executed. If my program will be false, my it will be checked, and after that this line of code will be executed. Okay, so all of you understood simple if and if else.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next we are having nested if, means what, nested if means what, nested if statements are an if statement inside the other if, means what, you have to see here. Here I write if test condition. In that if test condition, I am writing one more if to test the other condition. Okay, in that if I am writing, or the means we are writing one the if statement means inside the other if. Okay, so we will see here the example. So what I should write, I should write the here program to just find the which number is a big. Okay, so you have to see here I am declaring three variables here. A is equal to 5, b is equal to 10, and c is equal to 15. Okay, and after that what I write, I write if a great, if a less than b. Okay, e less than b असेल तर so what I should do, I should write one more if to take the other condition, that is a is a and c. Why? Because here I am using the three variable. If two variable declaration are there, that time we are using if else simply, but here three variables are there, that time we are writing this two line. So after this if, what I should do, I will print a is a b, means what, the a value will be a big, else my c value will be big. If my a is not big, then my c is big. After that I write one more condition. By here I'm using l if, in that I am comparing b and c value. Okay, b and c value, and in that I am finding that b value is big, otherwise my c value will be big. So the output will be a c is big. Why? Because here you have to see here the value of c will be the big. If I will change the value of b, so my b is big here at this point. At this point, my program will be a stop execution. Why? Because my this condition will be a true. Okay, so it will be a simply nested if, means what, we are using the one if statement is there, in inside that if I am using the more than one if statement. Okay, we call it as a nested if. Okay, it will be the nested if. So any doubt is there in nested if? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so next will be the if if means if else if else. Okay, so here means what, the if else statement used to conditional execution a statements or a block of statements. Okay, means what we are having, you have to see here in the figure, we are having main a condition. If condition is here, if the condition will be true, it will be execute the part which is present in that if, otherwise it will be go to the else part. But in else we are having more we are having one more condition. In that, if the condition that will be present in that else part, it will be a true, it will be execute the part of true, otherwise it will be a move to the false part. Okay, So we will see the example here. Same program is there, just what I should write, I should take the two values. Okay, after that what I write, if x is equal to y. Okay, if we have to see the value of x and y, we told that it will be a not equal. Okay, so what I should write, I should write the message both are equal. Okay, else जर माझी ती कंडिशन फॉल्स होते तर मी काय करते, एक्स हा कम्पेअर करते एक्स ग्रेटर दॅन वाय or x less than y, like that. Here I am comparing, if my condition, this condition will be a true, my this part will be exit, that is x is a greater than y. But if my this condition will be a false, my this statement will be executed, that is x is a smaller than y. So here x is a greater than y. Why? Because the value of x will be a high, and you have to say x is smaller than y. Why? Because here value will be a, suppose here I'm write like this, both are equal, means what, my program will be stop working here, means what, you have to know that the conditional statement means what, the conditional statement will be a depend on the condition that we want to put in our program. If that condition will be a true or the condition will be a false, totally having two values, only true or otherwise false. If true is there, the part, the programming part which is present in my true, that will be executed. If false, the part which is present in my false, that will be executed. Means what, the control statement totally depend on the control statement totally depend on uh, the execution of your program. The value will be a, if true or it will be a false. Okay, so we are having a simply decision control statement, that is same, you all are implementing this in the C also or CPP also, like that. So if else, nested if, like all the conditions. Okay, so any doubt is there regarding this simple if else, nested if? Any doubt? Okay, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we will move to the next point, that is a repetition. It is a third type of the control structure, that is a repetition of statement is used to repeat a group or block of a programming structure. Means what, suppose we want to perform the operation of arithmetic operation. Okay, so that time we required a, b and suppose c value. Okay, so just we have to use that all the value once in our program, and we are using the a state controls, means a repetition structure. Means what, we are using the group of code repeatedly in our program, same code we are using. Okay, so for that we are having two repetition statements. One is a for loop, and other is a while loop. Okay, so the loop or loop and functions, we call it as a loops and functions. So for loop means what, a for loop is used to iterate over a sequence that is either a list, tuple, dictionary, or set. Means what? Suppose we are having the we want to use the 100 line of code. We want to use the 100 line of code to in our program. So that time we want to find the only 2 to 3 value in that. So that time we are using the for loop. Means what? We have to we want to perform the iterations 100 times to find that value. So for that we are using the for loop. So it is not possible to write a 100 values. Okay, 100 values in a same program one by one. So for that we are using the for loop. We are just giving the range of that the part which we want to
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Okay, so for loop. Okay, the for loop means what? For loop we are using to for performing a number of iterators. Okay, next we will see the while loop. After that we will see the program for both. While loop. In Python, while loop are used to execute a block of statement repeatedly until a given condition is satisfied. Okay, means what? If my condition will be not satisfied, so we are that time we are using the while loop. Okay, my means what? If we are using the while loop, if my condition it will be execute, means it will be a same like one type of cyclic process until my condition will be a satisfied. Like the expression in a checked against, and if it is still true, the body will be executed again. If you have to see here my condition is there. If my condition will be a true, it will be execute and go to the next. Here means the same point, like it at start point. Same my condition will be true, it will be a move to the execute the part which is present in my true, and after that it will move to the my condition once again. And if at third stage my condition will be false, it will be the execute the my loop. Means what? The both the for loop and while loop will be a same structure, but the execution will be a different. So for loop, here what I should write, I write one of the uh, I write here one of the list, and in that I want to find the range of the range. Means here I want to display the value which is present in my list. So for that, what I write for I in range of length of list. Means what? This list. म्हणजे काय तर माझं फॉर लूप कधीपर्यंत एक्झिक्यूट कर, जोपर्यंत माझी ही जी काय आय ची व्हॅल्यू आहे, मीन्स माझ्या लिस्टची व्हॅल्यू म्हणजे लेंथ, मला जवळ त्याची लेंथ संपत नाही तोपर्यंत मला काय करायचंय, तो जो काही प्रोग्राम आहे तो एक्झिक्यूट करायचा. ओके, सो अँड वन मोर आय विल राईट फॉर लूप इन द सेम प्रोग्राम, जे इन रेंज ऑफ 0 to 10 means what? I want to means display the value which is present in the 0 to 1, and at end my program will be a terminate. So after execution of this program, you have to see here the output. First, this 5 value will be displayed. Okay, why? Because it will be a up to the means what? I am finding the condition, that is the range up to my string, means the list, this lst variable up to end, it will be the display. Okay, I means what? It will be start from the 0 and end with the value which is present in my list here. Okay, and here in other program it will be a display 0 to 9. Why? Because 0 is also counted as a 1, so it will be the start from the 0 and end with the 10th location. It will be at end with the 10th location. So it will be the simple example of for loop. Then next will be example of a while loop. What I should write here, I want declare two variables, m is equal to 5 and I is equal to 0. Here I am writing while I less than m, means what? Print I and end. If my condition will be how much time my while loop will be execute here? Can anyone tell how much time my while loop will be executed in this program?
Until I is equal to M. 180.
How much time my while loop will be execute here?
Into accurate. Same number na sodo. Same number.
How much time? Anyone tell? If चुकलं तर चुकलं सांगा. किती वेळा माझा हा ह्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये हा while किती 4 times. Okay, we will see. Okay, you have to see here 1 2 3 4 and actually 5. Why? Because means it will be a start at 0 location, so you are right. At the fourth time this while loop will be executed, and after that I will be print the value, that is n. So it will be a totally depend on the value which here I will put. Okay, so it will be like this. So it will be the while loop execute until our condition or our statement or the value we want to satisfied. Means what? In for, can anyone tell the difference between for loop and while loop? What will be the major difference?
Ma'am, exit control and entry control.
What? Your voice is not clearly audible.
Madam, for loop is entry control loop, and while loop is exit control.
Yes, correct. Only one single difference is there. Okay, correct. Okay, so here. Okay, so any doubt regarding this? The how to means declare the control structures like if else and all. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so by using a for loop, you have to print the pattern of triangle. You have to do the program by using a for loop or any loop statement. If you have to use if, for loop, while loop, do while loop, any loop, and you have to print the a triangle pattern. Okay, you have to print the triangle pattern. So you have to do the program. You have 15 minutes still, so you have to do the program of pattern. And Parth Kulkarni, you have to rename yourself. And Ganesh, you have to rename yourself, like you have to write your division underscore roll number and your name.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, and all of you do the program by using any looping statement. You have to print the a program of pattern, that is a triangle. Okay, you have to print the pattern of a triangle. Those who have complete, they have to tell me. I will stop my sharing and you have to share your screen. Do it. If any doubt, then ask. Okay, anyone done? Mm, okay, I will stop my sharing. You have to start sharing. Roll number 31. Sorry, 13. Share your screen.
And it must be visible.
Yes. Execute. Execute it. Okay. Okay. Good. Anyone? Next. Anyone want to share their screen? Okay. So, okay. So the program, those who have done, they have to share their program on the group. Okay. So now we will move to the next point. Okay. Next point will be the exception handling. Okay. Exception handling. So the Python have a many built-in exceptions that are rise when we are okay, okay, rise when your program encounters an error. Means what? The exception in what time exception will be occur at the runtime exception will be occur. Means what? Like suppose we call it as a suppose some logic will be we are missing some logic that time. If some part of our program will be executed, after that our logic will be wrong, and that time at the runtime exception will be occur. Means it will be unwanted. Okay, unwanted error. When these exceptions occur, the Python interpreter stop the current process and pass it into the calling process until it will be handled. Means what? For if exception will be occur, that time we are writing some of the methods or process. Okay, for handling that exception. Okay, handling for handling that exception, we are using the some of the methods or functions. Okay, for example, we are to consider a program where we have a function a. Means what? We are having a some of the functions in our program like a, b and c. We are writing three function in a same program. Okay, so the that time, suppose the a that calls function b. Means what? The function which is a that will be called the function b. Okay, which in the turn call c. Means what? It will be a totally depend on the each other. Means what? Suppose a will be called the function b, but that same time b will be called the function c. If an exception occur in the c, okay, the one of the exception occur in the C class, but the class C will be not handle that exception. That time, what that function will be do? That function will be pass that exception to B, or A. Why? Because the A will be called B, but B will be called the C. So it will be a totally like a, we call it as an inheritance concept here. And it will be, if not handled by the C, it will be passed to the B or A. Okay, it will be a, one of the simple example. If never handle an error message is displayed and our program comes to the suddenly unexpected hold, means what? If that exception or the suppose that exception that will be occur here, that will be not handled by B and A also, that time we are displaying one of the one of the message and we terminate our program. Okay, so here some of the common exceptions are there, means the built-in exception that means we are present over here, that is one is divide by zero error, means what? A divide by zero error means what? We know that if we want to try to divide any number by zero, it will be not possible, we know that. Okay, so we call it as a, it will be a suppose by in we are writing the one of the program, and by mistakenly we are giving the value for B is a divide by zero, means what? We are providing the divider value will be a zero, so we call it as a, it will be the occur divide by zero error. So we will see the example for that, for a divide by zero error. So here I will take a int of input. Okay, just simply I will take here, enter the A. Okay, same I will write one more, B is equal to integer of input of, okay, enter the B. Okay, same. Okay, after that what I should write A divided by B simply, and I will print.
Ma'am, programming window is not visible.
Oh, sorry, just 1 minute. Okay, now my programming window is visible.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
just here I am writing, I want to take the two value from through user, so that's why I am taking here a integer input, enter the A and B. Here I am performing operation A divided by B. Here I am writing A divided by B is equal to, means just simply it will be a integer number or it will be a float number. Just here I am writing for this line for the uh, in a double quote, just constant C. And what I should write? I will write otherwise a print it will not work. Okay, I will execute first this program. Okay, here I am entering the, suppose A value will be 4 and B value will be 2. So it will be a give simply a 2, output will be a 2. Okay, so if once again I will be execute here 2 and the enter value will be B. So it will be a give you a directly a divide by zero error, means what? It will be a one of the exception. We call it as a, it will be the exception. Okay, so everyone understand the divide by exception, how divide by exception will be occur. So this way the divide by exception will be a occur. Okay, next, name error means what? It occur when a name is not found. It may be a local or global. Suppose we are declaring variable like A is equal to 10, B is equal to 12, like that. And suppose in program we are using the values of like we will see here in this program. Okay, suppose here okay, here I am using, okay, so you have to see here name error. Why name error will be occur? These two line will be executed. Okay, sequentially this line will be there. But at this stage it will be a give you a name error. Why name error? Because we are using here A and B, but we are at the time of performing operation here I am writing E. So we call it as a, it will be a name error. Okay, it will be a name error. Means what? We are writing code, but the name which name we are writing in our program, that will be a not replace here. So that's why we call it as a, it will be a name error. Okay. Next is a indentation error. So everyone know that if many of the time, if we are not giving any indentation, at the time of like a for loop example, or like that program, suppose we are not giving this space. Okay, we will see on that will be in ideally platform, so it will be a good. Suppose here, okay, here I will be write this program. What I should do, I should give here the indentation. You have to say here, this is a unexpected indentation. Means what? Here the space indentation means what? The space. It here it not required to provide the space. So we call it as a, that will be the indentation error. Okay. Next is a IO error. Means what? Suppose IO error means what? You have to see here in this program. Okay. Just 1 minute. Okay, so in this program, suppose IO error means what? I want to if suppose I am not writing line this. Okay, so it will be the execute something, a divided by b is equal to 0, but uh, every time it will be a return 0, so it will be not good. So IO error means what? We are the providing the value, that is input and output value. The value which we are providing, that is input and output value, will not be a present over there. Okay, so we call it as a IO. Means most of the time the input output error will be occur, exception will be occur at the file handling program. Means what? Suppose we are writing like a program.txt file, we want to read that file. So so that time that file will be not present over there, so we call it as a IO error. So that will be a input output error. Then end of file error, it occurs when the end of the file is reached and 8 operations are being performed. Means what? Sometimes like suppose we are writing the program for loop, or like a pattern program that I told sometime before, that is you have to write the a pattern program. So in that, suppose some value will be miss by mistakenly, something will be wrong in the form. So that time our loop will be a not, means the program execution will be not stopped. It will be a print like a symbol, star symbol, up until we don't we are not closing the window. End of file means what? The execution of file will be a completed, but still my program will be a executed. Means it will be the end of file error, or except, sorry, end of file the exception. Okay, this will be a, here 5 standard exceptions are there, that will be a built-in exceptions. Okay, that is 0 divided by error, naming error, indentation error, IO error, end of file error. We for solving this issue, means like the following this exception problem, we are having the some of the blocks, that is try catch block, exception block, finally keywords are there. So we are having the 3 ways to handle that exceptions, that is try block, exception block, and finally block. Okay, so means what? So try block must be for like if we are writing try block in our program, it must require the exception block. Means what? When an error occurs or exception, as we call it as a Python will normally stop a generate the error message. Means what? You know that the program which we have to run, that is a divide by error. If the machine know that if my b value should be a 0, at this stage my program will be stop working and it will be a give some message. Okay, so we call it as a, for the handling of that exception, we are using the a try catch block or exception block like that. So the exception can handle using a try statement. Okay, we are handling the exception by using try block. Okay, so we will see the example here. Okay, for a try, we will take the same example of a divide by 0. Okay, we will see the same here, this example same. So just what we should write, we should just here try a is equal to okay, just now. After that we are exception except we can't divide can't divide region with 0. Okay, means what? Simply I know that this line of code means what, if I am passing the value of divider will be 0, it will be a give the error. So for that I am writing that part of block in my try block, and in except block I will be catch, means I will be a catch, that means it will be a not possible like that some message. Suppose here I am writing 2 and the b value will be a 0, so you have to see here can't divide with the 0. Okay, means what? The exception occur at try block, that means in our program, in that I'm the exception will be a not solved by this try, that will be I will be passed to the my exception, and exception will be handle that. Okay, so it will be a simple example of divide by 0. So it will be not print nothing. Why? Because if my this condition will be true, so here I will just write a print end, comma c. Okay, so you have to see here the output. Okay, so if the my divider value means b value will be if 0, so it will be execute this part. Okay, so this will be the just simple example of try and exception block. Okay, so suppose in one in one single program we are writing a many exception block. Okay, in single sorry, a single try we are writing the many exceptions. Okay, you can define as a many exception block as you want. For example, if you want to execute a special block of code for a special kind of error. Okay, means what? Suppose we want to execute like a 4 line of code for us some of the special line. Okay, so that time what we should do, for that we are writing the a special code or special block of code. For example, print one message if a try block rise and name error, and other for the other error. Means what? Suppose here in same example, this will be a like a this will be a uh, okay, suppose this program will be a like exception for the divide by 0, and I want more exception. Okay, Okay, so we will write other program too for the like this. Suppose here I am writing try. Okay, um, try. Suppose try a is equal to, suppose I write same divide by 0, but I directly perform here I, and what happened, it will be a except I will be write the, suppose this program will be having two type of, suppose exception, like one is arithmetic error, or other it will be a, suppose input output, suppose error. Okay, I will not sure about that key, the error or the exception that will be occur, it will be a arithmetic, or it will be a IO, or it will be a divide by error. Okay, so here I just print here, it will be a arithmetic. Okay, arithmetic error, or here else it will be the IO error. Okay, means that I have two possibilities here. It will be a by mistakenly, means I will put the 0, so we call it as a arithmetic. Okay, so it will be a simple example, like we are writing a multiple exception for a single condition. Means what, here you have to see here, now here it will be written as IO error, and suppose here I am writing 0, it will be a we consider as a, our system will be considered as a, it will be a, you are putting, it will be a in the by mistake, like that. Okay, so in for single one try block we are writing a multiple exception. So how we have to write the multiple exception for single try? So this will be a syntax, like we are writing except in the opening closing circular bracket, if we are having 3 or 4 possibilities, like this type of error will be there, this type of error will be there, so that all names we are mentioning on the that brackets, and we are separately by using of else keywords, we are displaying all that type of error. Okay, so it will be the representation of so many exceptions. Okay, so here I am writing some of the example. Okay, so the next is a finally and rising exception. So finally means what, the finally block, if specified, we will be executing regardingly if try block rise an error or not. Means what, we are using the finally blocks to get execute the number of, means the block which means finally will be having some of the error that will be a accept that will be solved by exception, and after that we are displaying display the that we are displaying that uh, execution of successful execution of program by using the a finally block. Okay, so just now we will see one of the example for a file, means how this error will be occur at the, means if we are using some of the file. So I here write try. Okay, file, here file. Okay, file is equal to, I want to open first of all that file. Okay, so file open, here file. Okay, just before execution of this program, we will create one of the file. We are just 1 minute. Okay, first of all, what we should do, we have to save as a, means what, this location. Okay, so I will, so at this location means where my Python will be there. What I should do, I will create one of the a new simply what we call it as a text file. Okay, first dot txt. Okay, here I am creating a first dot a txt. Okay, so here in program what I should do, I should here write here write I first dot txt. Okay, and I want to open just read that file. I want to read that file. Okay, simply what I should write, I write one more try. Why? Because suppose that file will be not present over there. That file will be not present over there. So the file ptr dot w write hi. Okay, if that file will be there, it will be a write. I want to perform the write operation. Okay, and finally I am using here a finally keyword. Okay, to file ptr dot close. Okay, if means finally if my upper suppose if my this condition will be a true, this will be a not executed, and after that I will use the finally to close that file, and after that I will write a print closed. Okay, file will be what closed, and what we after that suppose exception for this try block, the first try block I will write the exception. Okay, except a block for first try, and I will print error. Okay, simple. Now I will be execute this program. So you have to say why it will be a return error, because it will be a return error because it will be the file location, that is it will be not find the this file location. It will be not find that this file location. We are saving this file in where at that location where our program will be present. Just a put here, yeah. It will be return the error. Just we are using finally put here about close. Print file is closed. So it will be a give the return, that is a error return. So now what I should do, and if I write like this, release and give the error. Just a moment. I will take. I will copy the path first. Okay. Suppose this path will be I provide here. If invalid sentence. Okay. So okay. So it will be a not actually accepting this file path. Okay. So it will be give the error, that is error. But actually I think so the system some problem or software, the ideally problem will be there, because here I am now means before it will be a not taking the will be a not executing. So still it will be give the error because the path which we are writing, it will be the like a C colon like that. So that's why it will be not actually accepting, because the app data the data location, it will be not see to everyone. It will be a hidden file in our system. So in next lecture I will execute this program because I will set the change the setting for this app data location, and I will be execute this program. Okay, for try catch for finally block. Okay, so simply we will see today's lecture control structures variable declaration and exception handling. So some part of exception handling will be a remaining that will we see in the next lecture. Okay. So
Okay, ma'am.